Hey guys, this is Manifesting Better, and I'm back with another video and a very requested topic. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. So, today's topic is what is my personal manifestation and life routine. Before I start this video, I have been getting requests for this topic for a long time, and there has been reason why I haven't made a video about this before. So let me clarify some things before I start the video, and let me tell you guys what are the things that you should take into account before following someone else's routine or before looking at this video and going forward with this. See, we as humans have this tendency to compare, right? Which means that, of course, because I am a coach and you see me as this person who is teaching you, you will have a tendency to compare your routine to mine. And this is not just with me, we have tendency to compare things with other people too. So what I would say and what I would recommend is that this is a routine that works very well for me. There are some things here that are only some things that might only work for me. I am a person who likes structures. I am a person who likes order. I am a person who likes when things are going according to a certain plan, because it makes me feel like I am in control, and it makes me feel that no matter how bad a day is, I have something to fall back to. So that is why my routine is very structured, my routine is very in place, and my routine is very planned, right? In the end, what you have to realize is that don't set high standards for yourself. So if someone is doing something and you think that that is way more than what you are doing, and you start comparing yourself with them, that's not very helpful to you, because the only person who you should be comparing yourself with is yourself. And that is a comparison that I do promote. You should compare yourself with who you were yesterday. And I know this is a very cliche line, but it is very important to understand. Now, another thing, in the end, to manifest anything, the only thing you need is to live in the end result of having it. This is my way of going to the end result of having it. If you have another way of going to the end result of that, that's your call. But this is one thing that you should realize before. I know these are too many instructions before a routine, but sometimes what happens is that because our brain works as a defense mechanism, which means that our brain is a fan of just making us survive. That's its only job. Its job is not to make us happy. Its job is to make us live and survive. And when we have been living in an old state for a long time, many a times what happens is that we do procrastinate. We do sometimes delay following routines and structures, because we know that if we follow a structure, then that will mean we will change. So yes, you shouldn't set too high of standards for yourself, but you should have some sort of routine, some sort of structures, because structures means change. Structures mean things that things are going in a different direction, and many a times the form of resistance that your brain will give you will be making you feel like that, oh, I don't like to follow structures. Sometimes it's important to look at that and ask yourself, why don't I like to follow structures? Because structures means change, and our brain is not ready for change. Maybe it feels like it doesn't deserve it. Maybe it feels like that, I don't want it. Maybe it has contrary beliefs about it. So many reasons can be there why you don't want to follow a structure. So I would recommend that before denying something, any structure, at least follow it for 2 3 months, and then say that I don't like structures. Be consistent for 3 months, then say I don't like structures. After that, you can be a better judge of knowing if you don't like structures or your brain was resisting change. So, now let me tell you how my routine goes. The first thing that I have is I have a lot of journals, which means I have a journal, which is the main journal. And at the starting of the year, I wrote down all the things that I wanted to achieve this year. Then, what I did was I wrote down the top five and how I'm going to be focusing on this. Then, what I do is make a routine and basically the goals that I want to achieve in a given month. So, let's say January routine, right? January goals. And I would write down the things that I would want to achieve in this month. And one habit that I don't have right now that I would want to inculcate into my life. So let's say I want to start drinking 4 liters of water. So that would be my habit of the month, right? After that, what I would do is I will write down my daily routine for January. How does my daily routine look like? My daily routine looks like something like this. So every morning when I wake up, my day doesn't start before I have a liter of water and I meditate for 10 minutes. Then I have a revision challenge on my Instagram page. I will link it down below so that you can access it. I start writing 10 things down based on that revision challenge. Then I go about my day, I check my phone, I talk to some clients, I have some sessions, and then I go work out for some time. No, you don't need to work out to lose weight. I love it. I love working out. I work out 3-4 hours a day, so I do that because I like it. Then I have 4 affirmation sessions a day, 10 minutes each, because I find 10 minutes is a substantial amount of time and it's not too much. And 4 is a very good number for me because I usually focus on multiple desires. So if I am focusing on 2 desires, what I would do is I would do 2 each. So 2 sessions for each desire. If I'm focusing on more than 2 desires, then I would pick the one that is my priority. Let's say I'm doing 3. So I will do one desire 2 times, then one each. If I'm only focusing on one, then what I would do is I will affirm only thrice a day, right? I also do Wim Hof breathing every day. It helps me regulate my emotions, it helps me stay calm. Then, every night before going to bed, I make specific affirmation night tapes for myself for every month based on my goals for that month. And I listen to those. Now, other than this, what do I do? I have another journal. And in that journal, what I do is I write down my weekly goals. So, what are my weekly workout sessions going to be like? How will I meet people? When will I meet people? When will I post what on Instagram? When will I post what on YouTube? Usually, I'm booked for a week. So, my whole weekly calling schedule and sessions schedule, I write that down there. Then, what I do now is, now this is where things get a little bit interesting. I ask myself, how can I, and this is, I told you in the start that I inculcate one new habit every month. So I ask myself, what is the one habit I want to introduce in my life so that by the end of this month, this habit is a habit, which means I don't have to track it. So let's say for the 4 months, for the first month, it's drinking 4 liters of water. What I would do is I would in my journals write down, and this is the third journal, I will come back to this. So what I would do is I would set a daily amount of water I want to drink, and I would make sure that every day I do it so that by the end of the month that habit is done. Then I work out like I mentioned before as per my needs of the day. Then I make sure to I do a book challenge on my page every month. So a book of a month. So I read 15 to 20 pages of that book. Then I go about my day. I study something if I want to. I read something if I want to. Basic enjoying my life. Now, there is a third journal. In that third journal, what I do is and this is an everyday journal. In this, I write down, I have these week basis, tally marks, sorry. That is that we had those in school. We used to do that. So every day I complete a habit, I tally mark it. And at the end of the month, in the first journal, that was the whole where I wrote down the goals for July, the goals for January, February, every month. At the end of it, I write down the analysis of each month, right? At the end of it, I write down the analysis of each month. What are the things I could have done better? What are the things that I can start introducing in my next month and a new habit for the next month? This is how it goes. Another thing that I do is, so either let's say the habit was drinking water. So my goal was to drink 4 liters. If I had to increase that habit, so the next month what I do is either I increase that habit or I introduce a new one based on what I want to increase and where I feel I'm lacking. So I was very bad at eating my vitamins. So what I started doing is that became a habit of a month, that I have to eat my vitamins and I have to log that down through the tally marks on a daily basis. And what that did is that now it is a habit. I don't have to miss it. I don't miss it, right? And in this, I plan things like grooming every week. A day I groom myself, then haircuts, and I have a daily to-do list. In this, I write down the small tasks that need to be done daily. And you will see that these small tasks hinder our progress very much. So let's say I'm a coffee person and I need coffee to survive, right? And I don't have my coffee is finished. If I don't get coffee on time, the next 3 days until I get it, what will happen is that it will hinder my routine in some way, shape, or form. So, for these small things, I make a to do list every day, every night for the next day, and I make sure to complete that to do list because this just increases my efficiency on a daily basis. Other than this, I do things like spending time with friends, going out having fun, whatever I want to do. So, this is my daily routine, and this is how I go about things. Now, take things from this which you like. It has been highly beneficial for me. It has changed my life. Being in a structure has changed my life. So, whatever helps you, go with that. If you don't like something, don't go with that. No one is pushing you to go for anything. I really intend that. I know this video was a little bit scattered, but I really intend that you got the point, and I will be seeing you in the next video.